It is barely dawn, the world is just beginning to stir, but here, the air is already thick with anticipation. The sky over the West Philippine Sea shimmers with gray and gold, painting a breathtaking yet uneasy canvas above the restless waters. On the horizon, warships glide silently, their dark silhouettes cutting through the morning haze. Engines hum steadily, a low warning that echoes across the waves. All along the coast, radios crackle with urgent news, their static-laced voices carrying stories of uncertainty and hope into every home. Headlines flash, naval standoff escalates, foreign ships near Filipino shores. The words leap from screens and pages impossible to ignore. The tension is unmistakable, heavy like the humid air that clings to every surface. It settles over the villages and cities alike, a silent weight pressing down. In Manila, newsroom lights burn bright, illuminating the faces of journalists racing against time to deliver the latest updates. Anchors speak in urgent tones. Their faces are grave, voices steady but edged with concern, aware that every word matters. "We have breaking news from the West Philippine Sea," one says, eyes steady, voice unwavering, as millions listen in. Cameras show live images of ships locked in a silent standoff, steel hulls gleaming under the rising sun, neither side willing to yield. Far out on the water, the Philippine flag flutters defiantly, a symbol of resilience and hope against the odds. The world watches, breath held, as a small nation stands up to a giant. Families gather around televisions, their faces lit by the glow of the screen and the weight of uncertainty. Fishermen pause at the docks, their daily routines interrupted by the news. They look out to sea, wondering what the day will bring. Even children sense the gravity of the moment, their usual laughter replaced by quiet curiosity and concern as they watch alongside their elders. The sea is not just a backdrop to their lives, it is front and center, the stage on which their future is being written, wave by wave, moment by moment. This is not just another headline, it is a turning point, a moment that demands attention and action. It is a call to attention, a signal that something important is unfolding before their eyes. It is the beginning of a story that will shape the nation's identity and destiny. A story written not just in headlines, but in the hearts and hopes of every Filipino. For millions of Filipinos, the West Philippine Sea is more than just water. It is a lifeline, a source of hope, and the heart of countless communities that have thrived along its shores for generations. Every sunrise, as the first light touches the horizon, boats set out from small villages, their wooden hulls creaking with anticipation. They cut through the waves, nets ready, hope strong, braving the unpredictable sea in search of a good catch to bring home. The catch from these waters feeds cities and towns, nourishing families and fueling local economies. It fills lunchboxes and market stalls, bringing the taste of the sea to every Filipino table, from bustling cities to remote villages. The sea's bounty is woven into everyday life, celebrated in family meals, street food, and festive gatherings. But the news of conflict brings a chill. Fishermen worry about their future, their safety, and the waters they have always called home. Will they be stopped by foreign ships? Will their livelihoods be taken away by forces beyond their control? Will they come home safe tonight, or will the sea claim more than just their catch? Parents whisper their fears, careful not to frighten their children, holding on to hope even as uncertainty grows. The sound of the sea, once gentle and familiar, is now edged with anxiety, echoing the worries of those who depend on it. Still, the sea remains the heart of community life, drawing people together in moments of joy and resilience. Children play on the shore, their laughter rising above the waves, unaware of the dangers that lurk beyond the horizon. Women mend nets and gossip in the shade, their hands skilled from years of tradition, their stories weaving the fabric of village life. Elders tell stories of storms, of bravery, of days when the waters were free and open, passing down wisdom and memories to the next generation. The sea shapes their language, their songs, their dreams, inspiring art, music, and the spirit of the people. The struggle over the West Philippine Sea is not just about lines on a map or political disputes. It is about people, traditions, and the beating pulse of a nation, about the lives, hopes, and dreams that rise and fall with the tides. For decades, the world called these waters the South China Sea. Maps, textbooks, and politicians repeated the name. It sounded official, but to many Filipinos it felt wrong. It was a reminder of power, of being overlooked. The name did not reflect their history, their stories, or their rights. Children in school learned to point to the South China Sea, But at home, their grandparents spoke of local names, islands, and fishing grounds passed down through generations. The official name felt distant, like something imposed from far away. As tensions grew, so did discomfort. Why should a sea so central to Filipino life carry the name of another country? Why did global leaders, journalists, and even neighbors ignore the Filipino claim? Questions grew into frustration, then resolve. This name was not just a label, it was a shadow. It shaped how the world saw the region, and how Filipinos saw themselves. Names are powerful. They shape memory, culture, and law. To name a place is to claim it, to say, this is ours, this is who we are. For Filipinos, the push for West Philippine Sea was not just about geography, it was about dignity and justice. A name can unite people. It can honor their past and protect their future. When Filipinos called for a new name, they were demanding respect. They wanted the world to see their connection to the sea. They wanted their children to know that their country is not nameless, not voiceless. Changing a name can change perception. On maps, in news reports, in the halls of power, the right name makes a difference. It sets the terms of the debate. It shapes international law. Most of all, it gives hope to ordinary people. The fight for a name is the fight for identity. And for Filipinos, it was a fight worth taking. Listen to the voices from Palawan, Zambales, and Pangasinan. These are the stories of people whose lives are shaped by the sea, whose days begin and end with the tides. Pedro, a fisherman, wakes before dawn, long before the sun rises over the horizon. The salty air greets him as he prepares his small boat, readying his nets and tools for another day's work. He checks the weather, prays for safety, and sets out into the vast, unpredictable waters. Each morning, he hopes for calm seas and a good catch, but he knows the risks that come with every journey. This sea is my life, he says, gazing at the endless blue. It provides for my family, and it is where I find my strength and purpose. But lately he worries about patrol ships and sudden confrontations. The tension in these waters grows with each passing day, making every trip more uncertain. Sometimes, we are chased away, he whispers, but this is our home. We have fished here for generations and leaving is not an option for us. Maria, a mother of 3, watches her husband's boat disappear on the horizon, her heart heavy with worry and hope. She fears for his safety, but she is proud. He feeds our family. He defends our rights. Every day, she waits for his safe return, knowing the risks he faces. In the markets, women exchange news, sharing stories of the sea and the challenges their families endure. They talk about catches, prices, and politics. The market is more than a place to buy and sell. It's where the community comes together, supporting one another through uncertain times. Everyone knows someone touched by the conflict. The struggles of the sea ripple through every household, affecting young and old alike. Mayors and barangay captains speak at town halls, addressing the fears and hopes of their people. They call for unity and calm, urging everyone to stand together in the face of adversity. We must protect our people and our sea, they declare. Some organize patrols, watching over the waters to keep their communities safe. Others push for more schools to teach the new name, hoping to inspire pride and awareness in the next generation. Their voices echo from beaches to boardrooms, from small villages to the nation's capital, uniting people from all walks of life. These are not just stories. They are living memories passed down from parent to child, shaping the identity of a people. They are the heartbeat of a nation, determined to defend its home, its heritage, and its future, no matter the challenges that lie ahead. In 2012, the Filipino government made a bold move. President Benigno Aquino III signed an order. From now on, the country would officially call its western waters the West Philippine Sea. This was more than just a change in words. It was a declaration of pride, purpose, and sovereignty. The announcement, well, it lit up headlines. Government offices rushed to update maps and documents, and schools received new textbooks. Pilots, sailors, and weather forecasters started using the new name. Embassies sent notices around the world. West Philippine Sea was here to stay. There was excitement and, honestly, some confusion. Some wondered if the world would listen. Others felt hope. For families living by the sea, it meant their stories, their struggles, were being recognized. For children, it was a lesson in history and courage. The new name spread quickly, carried by news anchors, songwriters, and ordinary people. It became a badge of unity, worn with pride. Then came a turning point. In 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague ruled in favor of the Philippines. The tribunal declared that China's sweeping claims had no legal basis. The ruling was a victory for international law and a moment of national pride. Filipinos celebrated. Social media exploded with messages of hope. Flags waved in the streets. The world took notice. It was not just about fish or oil or territory. It was about justice, about standing up for what is right. The ruling didn't stop the tension overnight, but it changed the conversation. International leaders began to use West Philippine Sea more often. Filipino officials spoke with new confidence. Teachers taught their students about the law, the name, and what it meant to be Filipino. The Hague victory reminded everyone, small nations can make big waves, and names carry the power of history and hope. The fight did not end with the renaming or the Hague ruling. The world is full of competing maps, statements and opinions. China still rejects the ruling. Some countries hesitate to use West Philippine Sea. Tensions flare on the water and in diplomatic halls. Filipinos do not back down. Protests break out in Manila and abroad. Activists march with banners that read, "West Philippine Sea is ours." Students write essays. Artists paint murals. Journalists report every move. In embassies and summits, Filipino diplomats push the new name, repeating it with pride. International media take notice. Some adopt the term, others stick with the old. Social media becomes a battleground of hashtags and headlines. Each mention of West Philippine Sea is a small victory, a step toward global recognition. The struggle is far from over, but every voice, every map, every headline matters. Today, the West Philippine Sea is more than a place. It is a symbol. It stands for unity, resilience and hope. It reminds Filipinos of their rights and their responsibilities. It teaches children to be brave, to speak up, to value their heritage. The fight for the name is not just about the past. It is a promise for the future. Each time someone says West Philippine Sea, they honor those who came before and inspire those who will come after. The name carries the dreams of a nation, proud and unbowed. Schools, streets, and family tables echo with the new name. Fishermen still cast their nets. Children still swim and play. The struggle continues, but so does the hope. The West Philippine Sea shines, a beacon in stormy waters. In every wave, every breeze, there is a message. This sea is ours. The story is not over. It is just beginning.